one they call player, right? Isty probably filled you in. Well, I guess you might already know, but my name's Neptune. It's nice to meet ya. Ah, you've met my bigger self, right? I guess that means from your perspective that I'm the smaller Neptune, doesn't it? That's not what I meant. Eyes on your own paper, buddy. So, my name gets pretty tricky for people in our dimension to say, so you can call me whatever you want. Anyway. Ah, that's a really cool game console. The games are... Ooh! Wowee! You've got all kinds of genres, too! You've got some really great stuff here! Your manga collection is so interesting, too! What a cool room! I've been to lots of different worlds, but I don't recognize any of the manga or games you have in here. I know. I'll just tell Isty I'm going to study the outside world to expand my horizons. Is it okay if I visit you again? All right! I'd love it if you had some snacks and drinks ready for me the next time I visit. Just kidding. Whoops! You know, there's more to this than me just having fun with you. I actually wanted to thank you for saving me, too. Aw, just when I was getting used to you, we ran out of time. We'll continue this chit-chat later. Thanks for letting me visit. I'll be back soon, so see ya.
Are you the player? We haven't actually met. My name's Noir, the goddess of Last Station. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry to drop in like this. I'd been wanting to meet you, so I thought I'd just come over. Am I bothering you? That's great! I was worried you might be a little too busy for me. This room looks pretty nice, but I think it could use a personal touch. I'd like to organize it a little bit. Hey! If it's okay with you, could I clean up around here when I come and visit? That's great news! Just leave it to me! But don't leave everything in a big mess just because you'll know I'll clean it up, okay? I'll have to tell the others that, too. Especially Neptune. Anyway, I usually spend a lot of time hanging out at my friends' houses. They like to leave their games and manga lying around, and I always end up helping them clean up their stuff. And it's not like I'm a bossy lady or some kind of clean freak, you know. I just don't really like messy rooms. I have lots of friends, so it's difficult to keep up with them all. Was that a little too much? I know that you're able to interact with other dimensions, so you probably know a little bit about me, don't you? You know, It is true that I visit my friends like Neptune pretty regularly. But also, I think it's difficult to label these relationships so one-sidedly. We're all goddesses and we're friends, but we're rivals too. And, well, it's not like we don't get along. In fact, it seems like we've actually been getting close lately. I, I feel like I keep talking about weird things. Um, I'm realizing this is the first time I've been in the room of someone who isn't one of the goddesses. It's probably just making me nervous. Huh? What's up? Why are you staring? It's just gonna make me feel worse. Hey, can we turn on the AC or something? Anyway, there's a lot of stuff I want us to talk about next time. I decided I'm gonna come over a little more often, so you'd better be ready. I mean, if that's all right with you, of course. I'd be really happy if you let me visit again. But for now, I'm just glad I got to finally meet you. That said, I'm gonna get going. VIIR told us to be careful since maintaining the gate coordinates can be tricky. See you around!
Um, the... My name is Blanc. I'm the goddess of Louis. Nice to meet you. Oh, sorry. I said that out of habit. You're the player, so you already know about me, don't you? VIIR gave me a brief explanation earlier. Anyway. What? Why are you staring at my face? It's just a little embarrassing. By the way, I thought I saw a bookshelf in here. Ah, there it is. What a relief. I'm glad you have one. I wasn't sure if that's what it was when I came through the gate. See, I really love books. I'm interested in all kinds of genres. However, lately, for reasons, I've been reading a light novel. Player, do you like reading books? Really? You mean it? That's great! I'd like it if we could recommend some books to each other. It's a lot of fun learning about what hobbies other people are into. I love how words can unlock my imagination. It's great how reading does that so easily. It's a little easier for me to read because I like doing that. Some people don't have as much fun, though. They find it tiring. Light novels are easier for people like that. There isn't a lot of exposition to wade through, and since it's mostly dialogue, it's fairly easy to read. A lot of them are illustrated, too. They're the perfect novels for beginners. Wouldn't you agree? I knew you would, player. I'm happy you can understand the light novel's appeal. My passionate rambling was worth it. You know, my favorite author has an interesting story. What's crazy is that person never intended to become an author. She was journaling all of her adventures. That's all she intended to do, but her writing skills improved with every entry. When her adventure diary was finally published, it made the bestseller list rather quickly. Other writers who began with journals or light novels usually evolve and write more literary works, bringing their secret worlds to life. The methods of expression among writers are as endless as the methods to interpret their writing. It's in the discussions and analysis that this theory is... Oh, the two of us just met. But here I am, talking your ears off about my little hobby. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go now. I just came here to say hello, but I got carried away. I'm honestly surprised. I'm not very good at conversation, and I hardly ever do this sort of thing. But I've been wanting to meet you. I just had a lot I wanted to talk to you about. Oh no, I'm gonna start rambling again. This was nice. I'm going to come back and visit. Is that okay? Well, thanks for listening today. See you.
Oh, hello there. My name is Vert, and I am the goddess of Leanbox. I have introduced myself, but I believe that you already know who I am. Is that correct? So it is true that you possess the power of interdimensional interaction. I suppose I am not surprised. Upon seeing your face, I have felt that this is not the first time that we have met. I must admit, this feels strange. Looking at you, you do not seem so different from the rest of us. What a surprise! You appear to be much friendlier than I imagined. Ah, please forgive me. I have yet to explain information that is pertinent to our current situation. VIIR had informed me somewhat of your identity and the special role you have here. I was told that your existence is abnormal and that you hold the unique power to interact with alternate dimensions. However, now that we have actually made contact, I have to say I had quite a different image of you in my head. I am surprised and relieved. You have such lovely consoles. This is the perfect environment for anyone to indulge in the wonderful world of gaming. Oh, I apologize. Instincts were kicking in, as it were. It is occasionally embarrassing, but it is truly work-related. Whenever I visit someone's room, I habitually peruse their gaming setup. I understand that this was my first time meeting you, but was it rude of me to look through your personal game collection? I am glad that is the case. This is a very lovely room. Let us collaborate in order to create the ultimate gaming room. Oh, is it time already? I did happen to drop in suddenly. I suppose I should be leaving now. Otherwise, I might just overstay my welcome. Okay, then. I will be taking my leave now, player. I must say, today was a wonderful first meeting. I do hope we will interact much more from now on.
I came back! It's nice to see you again. You know, some people would really like this room for how cozy it is, but my favorite thing about it is definitely all the games you have. Yep, you have a ton of different types of games down here. FPSs and TPSs, some RPGs, and even driving simulators. Is this one a flight simulator? A sandbox game too? Ooh, you've even got this one! Hey, so I know you have a lot of games, but which types are your favorites? I like all types of games, really, but my favorite kinds are the super niche ones. They may not be very popular, but they're always very particular about a very specific thing, so I'm always impressed. You feel the same way, don't you, player? Right? I knew you, of all people, would understand. Oh, and I'll ask since we're here. So, you might know this already, but we all used to compete with each other for shares. One day, an enemy appeared, and ever since we combined our powers, our ways of thinking have totally changed for the better. Now, we all work really hard together to save game industry from danger. I really like our relationships now. I want to be even closer to them, even if it makes me a failure as a CPU. What do you think, player? Really? Well, everyone does say each CPU has to protect her own nation, so it can be a bit complicated at times. Whoops! If I stay too long, Isty's gonna scold me. I better get going. Also, let's just keep all this between you and me. Thanks for listening to me today. I'll be back to see you again. Jump! I came back! It's nice to see you again. You know, some people would really like this room for how cozy it is, but my favorite thing about it is definitely all the games you have. Yep, you have a ton of different types of games down here. FPSs and TPSs, some RPGs, and even driving simulators. Is this one a flight simulator? A sandbox game too? Ooh, you've even got this one! Hey, so I know you have a lot of games, but which types are your favorites? I like all types of games, really, but my favorite kinds are the super niche ones. They may not be very popular, but they're always very particular about a very specific thing, so I'm always impressed. You feel the same way, don't you, player? Right? I knew you, of all people, would understand. Oh, and I'll ask since we're here. So, you might know this already, but we all used to compete with each other for shares. One day, an enemy appeared, and ever since we combined our powers, our ways of thinking have totally changed for the better. Now, we all work really hard together to save game industry from danger. I really like our relationships now. I want to be even closer to them, even if it makes me a failure as a CPU. What do you think, player? Really? Well, everyone does say each CPU has to protect her own nation, so it can be a bit complicated at times. Whoops! If I stay too long, Isty's gonna scold me. I better get going. Also, let's just keep all this between you and me. Thanks for listening to me today. I'll be back to see you again. Jump!
Huh? Who put this couch here? What in the world am I doing? I don't know the first thing about moving through a gate, and here I am trying to show off. Hello. I thought I'd drop by. Don't look at me like that! How was I supposed to know that the gate would open right in front of your freaking couch? But I owe you an apology for kicking your furniture. Sorry. By the way, this box on the table. Is this a video game from your world? The genre's... Oh! It's an FPS! You know, I actually enjoy a good FPS game, but I'm not very good at playing them. I have a tendency to act on my own when I play games like this, and I usually end up being a target. This is more of Uni's scene, not mine. Oh, Uni's my little sister. She loves guns and military stuff, and knows a ton about all that. Uni always looks the most excited when she's playing those kinds of games. Just the other day, we were playing a multiplayer game together, and we talked a lot, but our chat became more and more niche, and it eventually got a little too hard for me to keep up with her. It's crazy! There are so many types of guns, and when you throw in customization, it's incredible how much there is to know. Speaking of weapons, I'm sure you already know this, but the weapon that I enjoy using the most is the rapier. What you might not have known is that there's quite a difference between Neptune's katana and my rapier, even though they're both swords. To explain it briefly, rapiers are much lighter than other swords, and they excel at stabbing your enemy because of that. Katanas are sharp, so you can slice or stab. Some say it's better because it can do both. Although it sounds like a more powerful weapon, its blade is rather delicate. An incredible amount of skill is needed of its user to wield it properly. Let's see. If you happen to get the chance, you should try to watch us when we're on the battlefield again. It'll paint a better picture of what I'm talking about. I'd show you now, but I can't just go swinging a sword around your room. Also, a weapon's attributes are only part of the puzzle. Its user's physique and personality affect their compatibility with it too. My fighting style is what I'd call economic. I fight smarter, not harder. The rapier is light, and it allows me to quickly exploit my enemy's weaknesses. The katana isn't worse, but it has a curved blade. That gives it a pretty unique feel, and honestly, that makes it a little difficult for me to handle. Neptune is a lot different in that she doesn't subscribe to a particular fighting style. She's very free, and an offensive weapon suits her. In my opinion, her fighting style completely ignores any and all tactics. It's just so dangerous that I couldn't possibly think of trying to emulate it. What? I'm not. I don't think I'm talking about her that much. It's because, we're both goddesses, and this is stuff about her I should know. As fellow CPUs, sometimes we fight together. And when we do, combination skills become important too, you know? So, it's not weird. It's totally normal to analyze her movements. In battle, of course. Hey, can you keep this conversation between the two of us? Because the thing is, if she were to hear this, she'd take it the wrong way and I'd never hear the end of it. You mean it? That's great news! It's nice to share a secret like this. It's the stuff of real friendships. Phew. I just came over here to relax. I didn't think I'd talk so much. I think I'd better get going now. I guess the gate's position today really is right there. I'll come back again soon, okay? See ya! I'm sorry! I almost left here with your game! Okay, seriously now. Later! Hello, player.
What are you up to? Oh, I see. Organizing your bookshelf, huh? I'm curious. Uh, um, I'm sorry for asking, but do you mind if I take a look at your books? Oh. Wow! Thanks a lot. You've got books I've never seen before. They're so interesting. But it might be a good idea to add some more to your collection. Hmm. Here's an idea. I can start bringing you some books from my room when I come to visit you. You can never have too many. I would like to put some of my favorites on your shelf. It would make me really happy if you ever got the chance to read through a few of them. I'd like for you to learn more about me as well. And if my favorite books are here, I feel like that would help me feel less nervous in your room. By the way, would it be okay if I read one of your books for a little bit? I've been curious about this one for a while now. Hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Once I open up a book, it's easy for me to get lost in it. But it's fascinating. I think I feel reassured. Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry. This light novel I was just reading. Even though I only read a little bit, the character felt so alive. Her feelings were so beautifully wrought. What lovely writing. This book. Huh. Does this have a sequel? Could you possibly get it for me? Or maybe I can go and buy them all and keep them here. Oh, could it be? I knew it. This book doesn't exist in game industry. If there's a sequel that exists, or if it ever comes out, I'd really appreciate it if you could buy it for me. And I'll be sure to keep a lookout for any books that I think you'd like to read. At this rate, we'll end up talking about books forever, so it's probably a good time for me to leave. Thanks so much for letting me read this. All right then, I'll see you soon.